Welcome back to That's Unfortunate. I'm Tori.
Courtney.
I'm thinking about changing the podcast name.
Okay.
First off, right off the bat, if you type it in YouTube, a different podcast comes up called That's Unfortunate. And you have to like scroll down to find ours.
Oh no.
So I'm really considering changing the name.
I mean, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess.
You could change it to that's okay.
That's okay. I could.
I feel like I say that all the time now.
I do too.
Instead of saying that's unfortunate, I'm like, and that's okay.
Yeah, I'm justifying everything with that's okay.
Mm-hmm. That's my new go-to.
Yeah.
Something tragic is happening around me.
And that's okay.
That's
But
cute too.
It is cute. I have to see if there's anything else or
See,
any other ones.
Here's the problem is that everybody,
There's so many podcasts. And like some of them, people made like 2 episodes and then stopped.
Mm-hmm.
But they have that name.
Yeah.
And they didn't delete them. So.
And they don't know that they just have that name for forever.
Yeah. Speaking of unfortunate things, my whole fucking the past 2 weeks of my life have been unfortunate.
Yeah, you've been going through it, huh?
I've been really going through some stuff. Number one worst thing is my dog died. But we won't talk about that on the pod because that's very sad and I'll start crying.
Mm-hmm.
But another unfortunate thing. So, day before yesterday, we're walking down to the pond to let Diesel go swimming.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm holding my yoga mat in one arm because I was going to do some stretching down there.
Yeah.
And my phone in the other.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going downhill. And I step on a root and my ankle twists. And girl, the way I go down is like a rag doll. Like I hit the ground. I tried to catch myself with this hand. So my wrist hurts. My ankle hurts. They're like sore. And I hit the ground and just rolled. Like 2 times maybe. And I closed my eyes the whole time because I was like, what's happening? The world is...
Keep going.
And you know what I heard? And Aaron, my husband's right beside me. You know what he did?
Oh, no.
Worse. He sighed like me falling was the most inconvenient part of his day. Which it would have been really inconvenient if I would have broke my ankle.
Yeah.
Or my arm or my wrist or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time... So I'm laying there and I sit up and I almost cry for about 10 seconds because everything's hurting really, you know, when you first fall, everything hurts really sharply and then it dulls down. But I was like, oh my God. And I had to like move my wrist around and my foot around to see if I just broke something.
Mm.
Falling as an adult is just way scarier.
It's worse. Yeah. Your body doesn't quite bounce back the same way either.
No.
Well, did you also scratch your knees some?
Yeah, I skint my palm on this hand. This is the wrist I fell on. This is the ankle that rolled.
Mm-hmm.
And I skint both knees.
Mm.
And a little on one of my arms.
Yeah.
But nothing crazy. Thankfully. And I didn't break another nail. So that's good. Because I plan to redo them today or tomorrow.
Mm. Well, I'm sorry. Have you like iced it or anything?
No.
Mm.
And like that evening I was fine. But when I went to sleep that night and I was like
laying
down and I moved my ankle, I was like, Tinder.
Is it still hurting?
No.
Okay. Well, good.
It's fine. It's just a little sore for a little while.
I've never told the story on the podcast of how I broke both my feet.
Oh, yeah.
In one go.
Both your feet. That's so bad. Go ahead.
Should I? I was over at my friend's house and we had a couple of drinks. Mm-hmm. We were drinking some champagne that day. I don't know why. It just was a champagne day. And I don't think I was super drunk or tipsy even, but I don't think I was sober either. But also, I don't know, because after I hurt myself, I did drink a lot, which is not what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. So I was like, hey, I'm going to have sweet potato fries right now. And she was like, okay, amazing. Sweet potatoes are on the top shelf in her pantry. So I get on this tiny little stool and I step up and I go to grab the sweet potatoes. And as I'm like looking at them, realizing they look like saggy balls and I'm not going to be able to make sweet potatoes, I'm going to like jokingly tell her about the balls. the sweet potatoes, and I step down on my left foot, and my left foot rolls, and I know instantly that I've broken my foot. And then to catch myself, I rolled my other ankle. So yeah, I just went, ow. And then like she ran in, was like, oh my gosh, what happened? And then I think like her husband at the time got me some stuff from like the dollar store, and then I drank heavily. And then the next morning I had to go teach dance. This was on a Friday night. I spent the night at their house. The next morning I went to go teach dance, and I like couldn't walk because they both hurt so bad. Like I obviously had broken something and like sprained my ankle really bad. So I crawled to the bathroom to like get ready for work, and I crawled kind of, and like I eventually made it to where I could kind of stand, and I got to my car and drove myself to teach dance, which was an hour away because they live an hour away. So I had to get up really early, trying to sober up too. And I got to teach, and I just drove. I sat in like a rolly chair to teach that whole day. And then it took me like honestly up until a few months ago to be healed. And that was like nearly 2 years ago now.
Jeez.
It was really bad. And I eventually got an x-ray, and I had fractured a bone in my foot, maybe. I had fractured like my 5th metatarsal in my left foot, and then I had sprained my ankle, my right ankle.
Both feet's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
It was. And I went to a chiropractor because I was like, ooh, he'll be able to heal me somehow.
yeah.
And he told me that because my right foot was really irritated because I was in a boot in my left foot. So like my right ankle was just getting worse and worse because I was trying to walk with a boot. And he was like, well, you can just wear a boot on both feet. And I was like, no, I can't. So I just kind of wasn't very mobile for a while. It was really sad. But now I'm okay.
Good.
I think I have full mobility back.
I was
Maybe,
about to say.
maybe not. But it doesn't matter. I don't do anything with it.
It doesn't like affect you like dancing or anything?
It hasn't, I don't think.
That's
And
good.
I've taken lots of classes, and I feel like I've been fine. The only thing is like whenever I do plie, I feel like I don't go as deep as I used to. But that could also just be I'm 30. It doesn't have to be my injury. But I also didn't have anybody behind me go,
I said, Aaron, maybe you should check on me before you sigh like I'm annoying. The fuck?
you know,
dog?
I kind of feel like James would do something really similar though, because he's constantly, I'm really clumsy. And he's constantly catching me a little bit. Like I'll go to take a step, and there's a wall there. I'm going to walk into a wall, and he'll like move me out of the way from the wall. So I feel like if I tumbled that bad, he would
You
be
might
like,
sigh.
damn. I feel like he tried.
I mean, yeah, it would have been really inconvenient if I had to go to the ER. But at the same time,
The sigh was way worse.
the sigh just shocked me a little, to be honest. But that's okay. And that's okay. There's something else unfortunate that happened. Oh, actually, this is a twofer. I went to, I'm telling y'all, the universe is fucking with me right now. I don't know. I went to a free Pilates yoga class
Yeah.
on Monday, and it was hard. My shoulders hurt.
Nice.
They're so sore. Like that was the hardest class I've ever done. That's only like the 3rd time I've done it or something. But I'm doing some kind of thing where you're on you're planking, but you're supposed to like reach and like to the sky or whatever.
Okay.
Anyways, I couldn't do that.
Like one-handed.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
I don't have the balance yet.
Okay.
I would love to get better at that. But so
You're
I'm
on
doing
both feet, or like on the side of your feet?
you like start on your toes and then roll over to the side of one
Okay,
foot
yeah.
or something crazy. So I'm doing it my way.
Yeah.
I've modified it. And I'm doing it the best I can. And as I'm doing it, the Pilates instructor shoots me right in the heart and says, "Yes, guys, I love these modifications." Don't you dare comment on mine or anyone's around us modifications. Just let it
Let it be you.
happen. And she knew some of those people by name, so she kept being like, "Good job, Courtney."
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, I want to be told I'm doing a good job, but she doesn't know me.
You could
Never met that woman.
introduce yourself,
I
but
could.
for one, free class is so weird. Like, those are her friends that came to take class, probably.
Yeah, I think they do it every like Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I might go back
I need to go with you.
because
the
it
weather
was a good workout.
has been disgusting, so it's probably
Yeah,
all
it's
been
been
canceled
raining.
because it's outside.
But I did get shit on by a bird while I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Brown shit. Forget everything we've said about how bird poop is white. We were wrong.
Yeah, because I also got shit on.
Bird poop can be any color.
Mine was
Apparently.
red,
Yeah.
which I'm sorry is way worse than brown.
Mine. Yeah. But mine stunk.
Yeah, I
Like-
didn't have any.
It smelled like asshole.
Actually, I don't know that I took a breath until I was able to wash it off, so I don't know if it smelled bad or not, but it was on my face. Whew.
I was doing some planks or something and my
Yeah.
hands were down and it flew by or flew over. Like it smelled so bad that I would have thought like a dog shit on me if it hadn't came from the sky. And it hit me right here
Yeah.
on my hand, which is so much better than my head or my eye, anything. But it's like the size of a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And then also like it hit a little bit of the concrete in front of my mat.
Mm.
And it slapped so hard that it kind of stung for a second. And I was like, ow. And then I looked and I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? And so I just took it and rubbed it because this is 30 minutes into the class. We got 30
Yeah.
minutes left. There's nothing for me to do. All the bathrooms are locked.
Yeah.
So I just wipe it off. And then I have to spend the rest of the class trying not to put my feet at the end of the mat where I wiped it off.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I'm doing the warrior pose or something, I'm looking at the 3 girls to my left. They've all been shit on. And I don't think that they knew it. The bird must have just flew right over and just bombed us all.
Everybody.
Theirs weren't as big as mine. I think it started with me, to be honest, and then trickled down to them. Like one girl had it on the back of like the side of her leg,
Mm-hmm.
and you could just clearly tell it was like brown circle surrounded by just a wet circle where her clothes had started to soak it in.
Disgusting.
Yeah, and that was the back on the back of some girl. I saw some girl touching her hair. I was like, oh,
You might need to do a trigger warning. Like, should we really quick pause and do a trigger warning bird poop before? Because I'm
warning?
feeling
bird poop.
sick.
Sorry, I'll stop talking about it. I'm done.
No, that's okay. No, because, okay, you could smell it and it had been on your hand, but like you wiped it away from your hand, away from your face, even. Okay. So, but they didn't know it was there. So, do you think that the people that were over there could smell it and they just thought the whole time, who shit their pants?
Somebody's shitting.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They were just like, oh, we're outside at a park, like there's some dog shit close by, or the person in front of them was gassing them. Like, what
Maybe.
were they thinking? Because I'd be looking for the smell.
And I could not, like, the whole time I was working out, I smelt it. And it's probably because it was still, like, a little residue on my hand, I'm sure. But after that, I wasn't giving it as much.
Hey, I love you.
Draco, no.
Okay.
One thing cats cannot stand is a closed door.
Yeah. Lulu is that way too. I also went to a class. I went to my ballet class this week, and the teacher said my name a lot. She knows
That's
me.
nice.
And at some point, she touched my leg.
Oh.
So I was like balancing on one leg, and she came up to adjust my leg. And I think that's so interesting to me because I'm in an adult class. I'm clearly not trying to like be a professional dancer anymore. Like I did that. I'm good. I'm moving on. But like for her to adjust my balance and for her to touch my leg, I was like, she surprised me. I also, whenever I teach, I don't touch anybody without their consent first.
And she didn't ask.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, that's pretty normal. Most teachers like don't ask anything, but she surprised me. But anytime she says my name while we're doing something, I'm like, I'm special.
Yeah.
She loves me.
I think it's so cute. Like, I don't know. I like the praise. So when I heard her saying, like, good job, Courtney, or something, I'd be like, bet that feels nice.
Yeah.
But It was fun. I would do it again. That park was really nice.
Yeah, but also you got shit on.
I got shitted on. When we were laying down after doing the, what's it called?
Shavasana.
Yeah. I was like just staring at this clouds, and I was like, wait a second. My eyes are going to be closed for the remainder.
We're not
this
risking.
time. And then my last unfortunate thing for this pod is, and like no one really cares, but I'm just going to rant about it for a second. I bought The Last of Us Part 2 remastered for $69. I don't know, like 3 weeks ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was supposed to be released yesterday, and I was kind of bummed because I had to work, but then school got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, hell yeah. I'm about to play this all day long. I got on my computer at like 8:30 in the morning. It's not there. Because I pre-downloaded it the night before. And it's not there. And so I Googled it, and Google said, oh, it doesn't come out till 12. Okay, well, that's still 3 hours earlier than I was going to get to play it. So
yeah,
I was like, okay. So then I streamed the first part of the game until 12 and then got off. And then it said it still needed to download for an hour. I was like, okay, fine. So then I left. I got some lunch. I came back. It's downloaded. I'm excited. My freaking game won't open. And it's through Steam. And I'll click play and it'll just look like it's about to open. But it won't. I Googled a bunch of things. I did a bunch of things. Couldn't get it to work. So then I uninstalled the game. Reinstalled it. Took about 5 hours to reinstall the game, by the way. That was why it was so convenient that I could pre-install it. So then about 5 o'clock, I get back on there to try to play it. Still not working. I watch a bunch of YouTube videos. I change a bunch of settings. I make sure everything's updated. I did everything. And it still won't open. And I don't know if it's a me problem. Like something, like there's a setting on my PC that's just not quite right for the game. Or if it's like the game launched yesterday and there's just so many people playing it and downloading it, and it's just not, like it's a glitch maybe. But then why do I see some people playing it? Why can't I play it? I'm mad.
You still haven't figured it out?
Nope.
I wish I knew something and I could help.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. It's annoying though. And I really wanted to play some of it before I left for the beach.
And now you might not get to at all.
Nope.
Oh no. Crazy that school got canceled.
Yeah, and school got canceled again today.
So I get that, like, there's tornadoes, but those are, like, not quite where we are. And then there's really bad wind and thunderstorms. I wonder, like, and flooding. Like, was there flooding at the schools, or did they give any reason, or it was just like
Well, the receptionist called me and she was like, I can't believe, like, even when my kids were in school, we've never closed school for
rain. Yeah.
She was like, but I'm happy.
Yeah.
I was
It makes me kind of wish I still worked at a school so I could be
feel
getting
that.
paid to not be at school today.
But the superintendent for our county is retiring this May or whatever. So she said, I guess he's going out with a bang. And she said that we hadn't used all our snow days. So it was kind of fine to use them. I was watching TikTok the other day, and there was this girl who said something about if she sees any of the ACOTAR books in the background of anybody's video, she's not following you and doesn't trust your opinion on books.
Okay.
Hell yeah. I don't know. And then I went to the comments and people were like, oh my gosh, yes, ACOTAR is the worst book series ever. If you read that and think it's good, then you just don't have good taste in books, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'm in enemy territory.
Yeah. My friend that I was talking about earlier, that I was at her house and I broke my foot at, she hates ACOTAR. Hate is a strong word. She thinks that they are bad books.
Okay. Here's my thing. Are they the best books I've ever read? No. There are problems. There are problems with any books.
Mm-hmm.
Did I enjoy them? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I DNF'd Fourth Wing, but I might try again. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't want to be controversial. I don't want to get in trouble, but I like ACOTAR. I'm not like, haven't read the most books. Like, I haven't read every single book, every single fantasy series. So I'm sure whenever I get to the point where I'm reading much more, if I went back and read ACOTAR, that I wouldn't like it as much.
Mm-hmm.
But because it was one of the first, like, really good, like, romantasy series that I read, I really liked it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
There were some twists that I knew were going to happen, and there were some things I had no idea about. And I'm hoping for another book soon. You know, like,
Yeah.
I like it, and that's okay.
And that's okay?
I am reading Fourth Wing right now.
Yeah.
I'm, I don't know, like, maybe a fourth of the way through Iron Flame, and I'm not in love with it. It reads like a YA with smut to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to know what happens, so I feel like that's
Yeah.
good enough for me.
I think I'm the same. Like, I read ACOTAR years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of my first intro to fantasy as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
I read like a couple of series when I was a teenager. Oh, House of Night. I read the House of Night series when I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
So like I had read fantasy before. Obviously, I read Twilight and Harry Potter and stuff. But like
Mhm.
as an adult, that was the first series I had read, and it kind of is the first series that got me back into reading.
Yeah.
Like, so,
We're allowed to like it. It's okay.
and that is what I'm saying. People are allowed to like stuff, and if you're the type of person who makes fun of people or hates on people for liking a thing
Mm-hmm.
that's not hurting anyone,
Mm-mm.
I hate you.
Yeah. Me too.
I hate you. Like, you hate ACOTAR, I hate you because you're
Mhm.
the worst type of person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the people are like, and like, you're not special. I'm so sorry. Like, for example, people who get on Facebook or something and they're like, I'm like the 10% of the population who can say I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones.
That's so sad.
That's unfortunate for you
Mm-hmm.
because it's good.
It is good.
And you're not fucking special because you haven't watched it. It's like they use it as a badge of honor. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Touch grass. God. That gets me fired up.
I just don't think it's necessary to be mean to anybody about what they like to read and don't like to read.
No.
You're reading.
Yeah.
That's kind of amazing. A lot of people don't do that. You
Yeah.
know? Can't we just be proud of people for their small accomplishments and
Yeah.
not be mean to them for things that you don't like about them?
Mm-hmm.
It does make it hard to have conversations with new people, because then I think sometimes, like, oh, if I tell them that I read this and I liked it, like, are they going to judge what I like and don't like?
Right.
Because on social media, you get judged so hard.
Yes.
So when you have that in-person conversation, it's like, I read ACOTAR. Do you like? Do I like? Do we?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and I hate that.
Yeah, me too. I have had moments where I'm like afraid to tell that friend what I like and don't like because she's so opinionated on
Mhm.
things like that. So anytime she likes something and I like it too, I'm like, whew, thank goodness.
Thank God. Have you started the book club book yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Excuse me. I'm only like 4 chapters in. Nothing much has happened yet.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Yeah. No, you got time. But yeah, that's my whole point. I'm sure if I posted that clip on TikTok, I might get some hate.
Yeah.
But I might, just for the hate,
Yeah.
because I don't care. I like a lot of things. I like basically anything. If we're gonna be honest,
Yeah.
I'm really easy to please.
That's why I don't rate stuff on Fable, is because
Yeah.
I just feel bad. Like I don't
That's
know.
true.
I even hate to say anything negative about Fourth Wing because I'm just like we said the last time we said something about a book. Like, you wrote a book. That's amazing.
You wrote a book.
Yeah.
And I DNF'd it, I think, just because I lost interest. But that doesn't mean it's not good. I do that sometimes. Like, I have
Yeah.
ADHD. Sometimes I move on.
It's fine. I'm not crazy in love with it. I'm gonna finish it, but just because I'm stubborn and once I start something.
And also, everybody likes different stuff. You know, like, I like kind of weird stuff. I like movies and TV shows that make me feel weird.
Mm-hmm.
And some people don't like that. And that is okay. I'm not about to shame you because you don't like it.
Mm-mm.
Like, normal people, I love normal people.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Makes me feel things. I love it. Lainey started watching it because she heard me talk about how much I love it. And she's like, Tori, what's happening? And I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I do know that if you recommend a movie that it's going to be weird, probably.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. Anything.
And I've gotten to the
24.
point where if I recommend something to you, I'm going to preface it with like, it's dumb probably to you. like it's going to be maybe not your cup of tea.
But I like dumb stuff too, and rom-coms, and, I like all the cheesy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you do not like reality TV.
No.
And I feel like you don't like doctor TV shows. I tried to get you to watch Dr. Odyssey.
I didn't love that.
No.
But it was fine.
I just watched a couple of episodes, though. There's a new season that came out, and the very first episode is a shark attack and then a whale attack. And I was so stressed. They're okay. Everybody's okay.
Oh, good. Thank God.
Everybody survived a whale attack, but they were just stranded in the middle of the ocean for a while. And one of the people, she's pregnant, and I just was feeling stressed.
Those cruise ships are from hell. Because there's always something bad happening on them.
Actually, you shouldn't watch it so I can still get you to go on a cruise with me.
Hopefully that's dramatized and that I won't actually get attacked by a whale.
No, and it was a smaller boat, so like a big cruise ship will be fine. To be clear, the boat got attacked by the whale, not the people.
Ew, perfect.
The people got attacked by the sharks, though.
Okay. Great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a new unlocked fear about sharks.
Yeah, I'm scared of sharks.
Because apparently, even if they bite you and you survive, they have like a lot of bacteria in their mouth and teeth. So if they bite you, you were probably going to be septic. Like,
yeah,
it's so much bacteria. So you have to be cleaned out really good, really fast.
Eesh.
Not that I've ever seen a shark in the wild. And not that I don't live in a landlocked state. But what if it's there? I don't know. There's a pond by my house.
I'm always scared they're going to like swim up and get in like the river. Like, I know they're probably not.
Right.
Or a crocodile or an alligator.
Yeah, so you were not quite like in those waters either.
What?
Book related.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen anything where it's like a girl asks her partner to do something that like a guy does in a book? You know, there's a lot of things that guys do in books. That, like, they put your hair behind your ear, or they like stand above you on a wall.
Yeah, yeah.
What's like the one thing that you need to happen in your life? That like anytime you read it in a book, you're like, oh, that's it.
I don't know. I read some freaky stuff.
Mine that I saw in the video was the guy just put his hand like behind the girl's neck, and that was it. Like facing each other like that, and I was like, yeah.
Oh, something that they say in Normal People, but he does it a lot in the show. Like, she'll be standing there, like, cooking or something, and she wears her hair up a lot, and he'll come and kiss her on the back of the neck. Like, all the time.
Oh,
that's cute.
I don't ever wear my hair up.
Me neither.
Can't have that happen.
But he could move my hair and do it.
That's true.
A hug from the back.
Yeah, like if I'm doing dishes, you hug from the back.
Yeah.
On like the less dirty side of
That's where my mind went
books.
immediately.
I know. Yeah.
Sorry.
that's a different conversation that maybe isn't podcast safe.
I follow this girl on TikTok. Her name is Hawk. But
I thought
anyways, her
something-
handle is Hawk Hates You. But she's a, how do you say, adult filmmaker.
Yeah.
And she really enjoys reading.
Mhm.
And I didn't know she did that. She just like puts out a lot of reading content.
Mhm.
She looks really cool. She's got tattoos all over her. She's beautiful. And I followed her because of that. And then as time went on, I realized, oh, she's out here. She's out here
Making videos.
making movies.
Mm-hmm.
But she does a lot of like reenacting stuff
Mhm.
from books.
Yeah.
I've never seen them, but she promotes them on TikTok.
That's cool.
Because I'm not paying for it. Sorry.
Mm, yeah.
But it's really interesting.
That is
And she
cool.
does like collabs with bigger named
Mm-hmm.
porn star men.
Yeah.
And they'll like pretend to be that
Mm.
guy.
I saw a video where a girl was like, I'm loving this new book I'm reading. Like the main guy character, I just love him so much. I've only finished the first book in the series, but I went ahead and got a tattoo for him. Something. And I was like, it's got to be either Kingfisher or Tamlin. There's like no way it's not. And then sure enough, there was a guitar with flowers and Tamlin on the tattoo. And obviously it was fake.
Okay.
But she's like, I've only read the first book. And I was like, what if that was real?
Yeah. I'm sure somebody's done it somewhere.
Uh-huh. And, you know, everybody loves Kingfisher so much. But
Yeah.
what a horrible name.
What a horrible
And so I
name.
was just imagining, like, can you imagine somebody tattooed Kingfisher?
Speaking of girls on TikTok, this girl has been popping up on my For You page
Mm-hmm.
a lot. Her name is Haven Tunin, or Pottery Princess. And she's out here making pottery stuff. She's got like a wheel in her house,
Mm-hmm.
and she's making vases and stuff
Mm-hmm.
sexually.
Okay.
Like she's getting the clay up and then forming it into a phallic shape.
Uh-huh.
And then, like, as she's doing it, she's, like, looking at the camera. She's so hot. But I'm just like, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You get that money. Yes,
Mhm.
ma'am. But it's escalated recently. She started sitting on it. Like, she'll make the face and then smush it
Oh my gosh.
and take her feet and, like, step on it. It's getting a
She's
little
getting
freaky.
requests.
Yes. But
Have you seen
hell
the
yeah,
videos?
girl.
There's a guy that I've seen that does it and a girl that does it where they like just make dinner in a sexy way. And they're just like shirtless in an apron or something, like cutting an onion, and
Oh.
both of the people that I've seen do it, I'm drooling over the food and the person.
I don't think the people that I'm thinking of do it shirtless, but yes, I have a couple that I follow, and his name's William, and he makes her dinner,
Oh.
and he brings it to her, and she like sits there, and he brings it all fancy on a tray, and she's just like
That's
Levi,
nice.
William and Levi, I
Mm.
think.
That's so fun for them.
That's so fun for them. Get your money.
I do
Honey?
think when I'm like doing things at the house, like just washing dishes, I'm like, I could be making a video right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a content creator, so no, I actually could not. There's not a single chance in hell I could. But I think about it sometimes. Like I power wash the outside of our house
Mm-hmm.
before the birthday party thing, and I should have taken a video of that.
Mhm.
I wanted to call you and be like, come over, set up your camera, and watch me because it's so satisfying.
I would have.
But
But wasn't your power washer not working all the way?
well, I didn't turn it on.
Right.
I did eventually turn it on. I thought, okay, so like the water was running. I just didn't flip the switch so that it went like, it was so quiet. Like I was listening to the book I was reading or something, and I was like, this is so nice. I can hear what I'm doing. And I had the power washer like an inch from the brick. It was so close because otherwise it wasn't working. And I was definitely like, that's so weird because the last time I power washed something, it worked really well. But you know, that's a me thing. I did something wrong. That's okay. I'll just be
That's
patient.
okay.
So I was really doing like an inch at a time,
Ooh.
And then whenever I went to turn it off is whenever I realized that it wasn't even on. And I had only spent maybe 30 minutes doing it. So
Okay, that's good.
is it?
Mm.
And then by then I was hungry, so I
Yeah.
had to actually turn it off to go get a snack.
Y'all are going to that comedy show this weekend?
Yeah, we're going to Kill Tony. We're gonna leave tomorrow morning and spend the day in the city, and then go to the show in the evening. I'm excited. I'm hoping that like it's good, you know,
Yeah.
because I think like nothing against white men, but I feel like
Actually,
there's a lot
everything against white men.
of white men on the stage tend to be in the show.
Yeah.
So like I know the band's gonna be really awesome because they have a live band and that's really cool. But then like, is there gonna be any questionable white male activity?
Well, I hope not.
Yeah, I need
But
that to be
knowing them-
acronym. QWMA, questionable white male activity.
QWMA.
That's a
Sounds
lot.
like-
That's longer than just saying the actual thing.
That's okay.
Did you know? Well, I don't know how much truth is behind this, but let me read this verbatim because if I say it wrong, it's going to feel like a lot. Last name involvement. Okay. The House is planning to vote on a bill that would prevent women from voting in elections. Potentially. The SAVE Act is a proposed bill that would require all citizens to vote in person with a document to prove their citizenship, such as a birth certificate or a passport, and if your name doesn't exactly match that document, you won't be allowed to vote. So potentially, like, if you've changed your last name because you've gotten married and your birth certificate says your name at birth, that, like, you maybe wouldn't be able to vote because your driver's license and your birth certificate don't have the same name. But maybe if you have a passport, you'd be able to do it because then you would have your passport and your driver's license that both have your married name.
Okay. Well, Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yep.
Happening to us. I saw something the other day that said there's a girl who miscarried. Did you see this? She miscarried and she like messaged her doctor and like, again, I don't know all the facts, so if I'm getting something wrong, please don't hurt me. Something about she miscarried and she like asked her doctor, or maybe she didn't ask her doctor. Either way, she took the miscarried lump and threw it away. And so now she's been arrested. She's like on trial for disposing of a baby in the dumpster, but she literally miscarried. Like, it wasn't even a baby. It was just a lump of stuff. And she threw it away. Because, like, what else do you do?
Yeah.
Like, and then there's a lot of people talking about it online. And, like, some people were like, well, get the handcuffs because I flushed mine down the toilet.
Right.
Because that happens to women all the time. And then other people are like, no, she should have went to the ER. And the ER would have disposed of it. Number one, women miscarry all the time.
Some women miscarry without even knowing it.
Yeah.
Like, they just have a harder period and are like, why is there more?
Yeah. And then they were saying, like, what if she couldn't afford to go to the ER? Like, that's really expensive. What was the ER going to do with it? To throw it away? You know, like,
put it in like a biohazard something.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That's really interesting. Like, hopefully nothing comes of that, but that's crazy.
Can you imagine?
Because a lot of women miscarry in the toilet. Like, you're not.
Where else are you supposed to do that?
Hopefully all this rain's going to bring up those mushrooms.
I looked again right before it started storming because I was like, let me go look what it looks like before all the water comes in. I really hope so because last year, I fried them.
Yeah. I'm getting pictures of fried from this year or last year and on, like to 5 years ago of me frying the mushrooms.
Yeah.
If anybody's wondering, these mushrooms are not psychedelic. They're totally edible. They're called morel mushrooms. I think it's morel though. They aren't as, like, they don't grow as much here in Tennessee, but I think in like Wisconsin, in that area, they're like, you can find them in abundance. Like, they have festivals, which I would really love to go to one of those festivals. In some places like Colorado, seasonally, you can find them like on the menu at restaurants.
Yeah.
Not fried like we do them here, but like in a pasta. I think that's so cool.
Yeah. Whenever I've watched whatever cooking shows, sometimes they have them on the cooking show, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I have those in my backyard,
Here,
but not right now.
you don't, like, you can only get them for like a span of 2 to 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You got to catch them because they'll grow. And then if the sun's hitting them for more than a day and a half or something, they'll dry up. But
I haven't seen a single one, and I'm so sad.
I haven't seen a single one either. And it's been, like I said, last year and the years before, I've got pictures of me frying them already. So, like, where
Yeah.
are they?
Yeah.
I need them. I'm about to be at the beach for a week. I'm scared. What if they come up when I'm
Well,
gone?
I'll look, and if I find them and they look like they're on their last day, I'll freeze them or something for you.
Okay.
I'll do something.
My mom's tried to freeze them before. They're not as good.
Oh.
She's froze them, just not with any batter on them, just regular, and she's froze them with batter on them. They just don't work
Oh.
the same, but they're fine. But
Well.
they're so good, and I'm fiending for them. But we haven't had a lot of rain, and it's been kind of colder. This year
Well,
than
now
the
we've had a
past
lot
years.
of rain.
Now we've had a ton of rain, and it's been warming up, so hopefully they'll pop up. We'll have to go look before you leave, actually.
The
see if there's
tornadoes
any
don't
over there.
take them away.
Yeah, I know. And a lot, they're like, deers eat them. So if you've got deer in your yard, it's kind of impossible because they're going to eat them bitches. Our usual mushroom spot that my mom knows about, they logged down there and piled up all the trees where we usually find the mushrooms. So our really good spot is probably ruined, and it's so sad. But my family has like hunted these mushrooms since at least my great grandmother, maybe even before. So it's like a thing. And when I tell people about it who aren't familiar, they're like, "Oh my God, don't eat that. You're gonna die." What do you mean you found a mushroom in the woods and you're gonna eat it? They're like, "It's poisonous. You're gonna die." I'm like, "No, it's not.
Everybody in my
Totally
family does it.
fine. Everybody
When
in
you
my
first
family
told
does
me,
it."
I was just like, okay, cool. I'm going to go with you. I'm going to help find them. And happily ate them too.
We still haven't. Like, I want us to go hunting together and just find some.
I know. We have we ever found them together?
Nope. Because the high that you feel, the rush,
I know. It's so rewarding and
It
so
is.
exciting.
I love it.
Yeah.
And like, it's so like, especially on times we only find a few, she'll fry them up and we'll sit there and eat one at a time and take turns like we're savoring them.
Yeah. They're so special.
They're so special and delicious. But hopefully, maybe when we get back from the beach, they'll pop on up.
Yeah. Hopefully. Otherwise, you're going to, I don't know, what if there's none this year? I'm going to be buying them on eBay.
There has been years where we've maybe found like 5. Last year, though, abundance.
You found so many.
There
last
was
year.
people finding them in town that didn't eat them. They just found them for the hunt of it and were giving them to me. It's the best, and I hope he does it again this year.
I hope so.
And so I tried different things with them. I sauteed them and put them in pasta.
I remember, yeah.
So fun.
Yeah.
And so
I
this
told
year,
you about James's friend that has a spot or something, and he said that he would blindfold us and take us to his spot, but he wouldn't like tell us where it is.
yeah,
I need to know where that is.
people are serious about their spots.
It's crazy. I feel like knowing who that guy is, maybe he sells them.
Well,
To
if he does, I'll
somebody.
buy them. I'll buy some. Like, that is one thing I would spend money on.
Yeah.
Take my money.
Actually, can we start going up to Wisconsin or wherever they have a festival and start to look for them and sell them up there? Like, do they have people that forage up there that get money for foraging? Because
Yes.
what a great time would that be if we could just go for a couple of weeks in April
That'd be so fun.
and just mushroom hunt all day, every day. And
I
the
think
amount that you
there's-
find is the money that you make.
Their
We don't get to
season's
go
later
home.
than ours.
We don't get to come back home until we can afford the plane ticket back.
Yes. When I was in Colorado, and I think I went in June, perhaps.
Yeah, it's probably still pretty chilly up there.
Yeah. I went
Over
to
there.
a farmer's market as soon as they opened. We because we were sitting at like a wine bar And she was like, "Are y'all going to the farmer's market?" We were like, "Oh, there's a farmer's market? Where at?" She was like, "Oh, right next door. It opens in like 15 minutes." And I was like, "Okay, cool. That sounds so fun." So 15 minutes went by. We walked over there and I saw this big booth that said something mushroom farm. And I was like, "Well, that's so cool. Let me go look." Mushrooms I've never seen before in my life were over there.
So much fun.
And he had an empty crate
Of
that
morels.
said morel mushrooms. And I was like, "Oh, like, did you have morels here?" He was like, "Yeah, I always sell out within the first 5 minutes. People line up at his thing to get them." And I wouldn't have had any way to cook them because I was in a hotel.
Yeah.
But like, just to pick one up and smell it would have been euphoric. But they were gone.
Well, we're going to find them. I'm going to
Yeah.
put the good vibes out into
Thank
the
you.
world.
Hallelujah. Thanks for listening. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please go to the YouTube. If you Google it, or if you YouTube it, or search it on YouTube, a different podcast will come up. But you know what ours looks like. It's pink. It's got mine and Courtney's face on it. She's flipping the camera off. The usual.
Am I?
Yes, you are. So anyways, go follow us on YouTube. We're trying to monetize over there. And if you want to see me play The Last of Us Part 1 and not The Last of Us Part 2, unfortunately, I'm streaming that on Twitch. And I'm uploading all of those videos, all the VODs, to my YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel. We will be recapping Sunrise on the Reaping, April 21st. So you still have time to read the book and join the book club.
Yeah, because I haven't finished it either.
That's okay. Okay, bye.
Bye.